After talking about My Neighbor Totoro years and years ago, and actually saying that I'm going to delve deeper into Studio Ghibli films, in 2024 I actually managed to do so. Today we're talking about Kiki's delivery service. Hi, my name's Stu and welcome to another review video on Flying Wiener. Now I'm actually a bit annoyed myself about taking so long because I loved My Neighbor Totoro. I thought it was a brilliant film, such a delight. I really enjoyed watching it and making a review video for this channel. I'll leave a link to that, by the way, at the end of this one if you're interested. I was like, yeah, I need to see all these legendary films that I keep seeing pop up online so much, but it's taken me years and years and years to finally do it. But we finally watched Kiki's delivery service. It was just a random choice. My wife suggested it because she read the blurb, and it's like, not all of the Studio Ghibli films feel appropriate for my 4-year-old daughter, so we're trying to be a bit selective, and it sounded fun. I'm like, we're pretty sure this one will be okay. By the way, it definitely is, So nothing too scary or anything in it. I don't think there's anything scary at all in it now that I think about it. Yeah, so definitely fine for very young children. Anyway, we'll see what I watch next. I really do want to get through a lot of them. I've even bought Graveyard of the Fireflies because that's one that really intrigues me. I've got it here at home in a Blu-ray case. Still not watched it. Anyway, never mind. Let's talk about Kiki's delivery service. Now, when you read the blurb for the story, you're like, what? That sounds interesting, I guess. Believe me, when you watch the film, it gets even stranger. And that's one of the things I really, really love about these Studio Ghibli films, but it's an impression I generally get of Japanese media, which is I'm talking about your typical Western storytelling, we are so confined in our reality, where as soon as something is very much not the norm, we're like really irritated and taken out of it, etc. And I love that, what I've seen until now, some Japanese media, they just don't care about that. It's like, yeah, we've got this really wacky thing. Don't question it, just roll with it. No one in the world is, in the world of the film or TV show, whatever, is questioning it, so why are you doing that? And this is one of these stories, and I really, really love it because it's just so bonkers when you think about it. So I suppose I should explain the plot next. So we are focused on Kiki. She is in a family of witches, and it's all, like I say, very matter-of-factly. No one's like, oh God, this is weird, etc. Witches, ooh, big spooky concept or something like that. Not at all. The whole village is like very excited because Kiki, I forget now, I think she's 13 or 14, and she's going off on her education, basically a bit like Hogwarts, before Hogwarts was invented, because this predates all the Harry Potter books. Along those lines, she has to go away for a year to it's basically an apprenticeship, and she has to find her speciality in the field of witchcraft. So, that could be, I don't know, conjuration or making potions or whatever, all these kind of things. And it's funny because at the start of the film, the village, everyone's like, I'm assuming partially non-magical people as well, because in this world, witches are commonplace, they are known, they exist, etc. But they're still very rare, it seems, because as soon as something happens, everyone's like awestruck, like, oh wow, it's a witch, So there are not too many there, but everyone knows they exist in this world. And so everyone's excited, oh, she's going off on this trip, etc. And that, again, that's what's funny, because if you think to our obviously most prominent example, Harry Potter, if in that world, which is basically ours, from a Western point of view, if he went around telling everybody he's a wizard, they all would be like, what, you're insane, what are you talking about, blah, 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 and it'd be a huge thing, etc., chaos, But here it's like, oh yeah, here you go, here's your broom, and she just flies off, and it's like, the parent in me was like, wait a second, 13-year-old daughter, you're letting her just fly off to another city, there you go and make your fortune, off you pop. It's like, what? Who's going to look after her there? Where's she going to stay? How's she going to get money? It said, all these thoughts are immediately in my head because that's the kind of thing that we're used to. But here it's like, nah, off she pops. She'll think of some business venture. And money is an issue because because we have it, she's trying to get money. She's finding a place to stay. She's figuring out how she's going to get her money because her funds are starting to run low, etc. So this is what we see. So she's trying to find her something in this new town that she's in, something that she can do, how she can contribute to society. And she stumbles upon a bakery and this nice lady who offers her a room because she's got one free, so she stays there. And she has an idea that Kiki, because she's got a broom, because she's adept at flying, she could start a delivery service. You know, obviously with a broom, you're and especially in a town, you know, you're everywhere very, very fast. You know, you can beat every courier. So that is basically the story that we've got. And this is what I love about Studio Ghibli films. They're very simple. We don't have, at least the ones I've seen now, which is only 2, but you know, still, this is also the impression I had of them beforehand, that these aren't these huge world-ending or world-spanning adventures. You know, there's not a huge, I don't know, treasure that needs to be found, or there's not this huge, I don't know, disaster that needs to be averted, like we know by now from the typical comic book films, etc., etc. These are very simple, basically everyday stories. You know, there's not. If you take this little element of witchcraft out of it, it could just be a simple story of a teenage girl, you know, with her trying to find a job to earn her first pay and these kind of things. It's very simple, really. It's quite interesting. The story is also about her herself, you know, finding out who she is and who she wants to be, and that's definitely an aspect of this, you know, becoming mature in that sense. But that really fascinates me. I think it's cool because it keeps it very simple. And like, for instance, my 4-year-old daughter, it's not too out there. You know, it's very relatable through that because it's everyday life. It's just you've got this witchcraft just in there. It's just there, don't question it. And yeah, it's not like she goes around with a wand, you know, performing magic all the time. Not at all, yeah. So it's just an element of the story, and she's got a talking cat, which is which is quite funny. It's a bit sarcastic and stuff, very appreciated, I must say. But yes, it's a lovely, wonderful story. Yeah, it's a typical lovely family film that you can put on a Sunday, you know, the whole family enjoy watching it. I don't think there's anything wrong about the animation style with Studio Ghibli is always wonderful. There's so many details in every shot, and the whole thing just looks beautiful. You've got the colours, you've got a lovely scenery. I mean, it's a basic, simple town, but everything looks wonderful. You're like, okay, let's book a holiday, a vacation, and stay in this town for a few days. That's what it feels like, a lovely sort of seaside town, you know. Yeah, that is what it feels like and looks like. And there's not really anything bad that I can say about this. You know, it's just a wonderful story. It's very simple. We feel for Kiki and her struggles. You know, we want her to succeed because she is a good person. She just wants to, you know, find something to do in life, a vocation, you know, for her witchcrafting. And yeah, I would definitely recommend you watch it, especially if you need a film for the whole family to watch. Here in Austria, they've got a huge number, if not all, then at least most of them, of the Studio Ghibli films on Netflix. So yeah, I'm really excited to jump into hopefully another one at some point. Yeah, usually that's on a Sunday. We'll be like, okay, what could we watch? Well, let's watch a Studio Ghibli film. I hope this is going to be a recurring thing from now on. Maybe not weekly, but you know, maybe once a month or so. I'll keep you posted. So I'm definitely trying to watch more of these films, and when I do and I find them exciting enough, I'll definitely talk about them on the channel as well. So that'll be all from me today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. It is the best way to support this channel. Leave a comment down below about either Kiki's delivery service or other Studio Ghibli films. If you're a fan, you know, give me your recommendations. Obviously, I've heard of a lot of them. You know, everyone's got their different opinions on which ones you should watch first, etc. I'm basically open to anything. So if you've got recommendations, please share them down below. I'll leave a link, like I say, to my video for My Neighbor Totoro, which I thought was a fantastic film. So much silly fun, which is always good, especially if you're watching with kids. You know, silly fun is definitely up there in terms of enjoyment. But yes, anything you want to say, leave it down in the comments below. Watch my video, and I'll see you in the next one on Flying Wiener. Take care.